We are in downtown Winchester, looking at the Old Town Mall, which has been redeveloped a couple years ago. This is the storefront of Runner's Retreat. We do not have a proper sign, outward facing vertical sign. We do have a flag that we put up. We have signage in the window and very old paint, decrepit looking. We're going to walk inside. A door that sticks. It's pretty old style. This is the inside of the store. Old style displays with the slot wall. Notice the paint on the slot wall is different, two different shades of paint. We look into the window a little closer. We have the AstroTurf grass, quote unquote, and then some paint up in the top near the floodlights that is peeling. Coming off of that, it's kind of a dilapidated look about it. It's an old building. Not sure what the date of it is, but you can see the paint. Our door hinge is held together by held up by a shoestring, so it won't catch when people walk in. This is the women's side of the window, and old-looking mannequin sign that hasn't, or poster hasn't been put up yet. Our bookshelving unit, which is nothing more than old crates, doesn't really fit the motif. This wall, if you'll notice on the women's side, is completely different paint than the other side. It's white and beige slot wall. And again, shoes are stacked up on the floor. There's the counter. Both of our shoe fitting stools have a broken wheel, but we can hold it together with duct tape and super glue, but it keeps coming off. This is an old display rack that actually I found on the curb, literally on the curb. It was for pickup on spring cleaning one day a few years back before I opened the store 12 years ago. More slot wall, our accessory wall back there, using a few displays from Fargoo and Hammer Gel. Here's the front counter. The counter came from Chicago. It was my father-in-law's before, which he had, and the carpet is vintage 1970 something. The glass, very hard for customers to write on when they're signing their credit card receipts. A little cut out of a Ethiopian runner. Display again, the slot wall on the back, a little bit cluttered on the counter. More racks and more slot wall in the apparel section and accessories. Here's our sock wall with old stock slot wall that has not been updated. It's wall to wall, wall to floor, or ceiling to floor basically. Slot wall. Walk back here to our kids section and a few hanging accessories. Our closeout section, and again more shoe boxes laying out on the floor. The paint here has been updated, but doesn't match the other half of the store. Clearance shoes, clearance rack. Back entrance, which is not a main entrance, another display unit, which is really nothing more than a storage area at this time, and a information station. Our dressing room is a bit outdated, a little bit small, and here's our bra wall looking back in the store. The boxes are temporary, just received today. Haven't had a chance to put those up. Looking back toward the front of the store, kind of narrow back in this section, so a little bit hard to work with this. Walk outside briefly. We do have a back entrance. It's really a temporary thing and more of a construction zone right now, which it will be upgraded as well, but not a lot to do with this. Mostly just a temporary entrance through a hallway that leads out to the to a back alley. So this actually has just been refinished this week, as a matter of fact, so that it was falling apart because of water damage. We'll go back into the store from the back. There is a sign in the back alley, but a forward or an outward facing sign. Here's the office area slash storage room. Rather small and quite cluttered, unfortunately. We're in the middle of filing season, and so a lot of papers haven't been put away with January, but you can see our racks of shoes and how they're stored. Women's on one side and men's on the other side basically, and of course shoes down the middle and kids in the back, racing flats in the back. A lot of clutter on this display unit, which again is mostly just storage for various store fixtures and whatnot. Fireplace, which adds a lot of character, but really isn't a part of the store, unfortunately. Cuts into our storage space. And this is the kitchen slash down to the bathroom area. We won't even go into the bathroom. It's so small and dilapidated, and it's kind of scary in there. But this is more storage, copy room, microwave, kitchen area, again, my desk, and looking back once again into the storage area. So that's it. That's our store. A little bit cluttered, not a whole lot of room, and certainly not very up to date.